Do a really quick video on top 6 fragrances. I was going to do top 5, but I couldn't quite narrow it down. There were top 6 that I really wanted to talk about, so I'm going to do 6, but I'm going to run through them really quickly. I'm no perfumer, so I'm not going to describe them that thoroughly. It will just be sort of how I think they smell. I'm going to start with Davidoff Cool Water Woman. It's a long-running favourite of mine. I've loved this since my teens. Basically, just love it because it's so fresh. It was almost like the smell of a towel when you're on holiday after it's dried in the sun, if that makes sense. So like really, really fresh, warm, summery, really nice fragrance. Love that one to bits. Next up, this is kind of a double one, I guess, but this is Next Define Eau de Toilette. It's not actually, basically I love this because it's a dupe of Emporio Armani Pour Elle, I think it's called, like the gold tube bottle that's a bit like matte, which I absolutely love, and I used to wear to death at uni for like every night out. Basically, I wore that. So when I smell this, it just smells exactly like that, and it just brings memories flooding back, which is always fun. And I just really love it. And this is about £5, so it's an absolute bargain. And considering it smells exactly the same, I'm more than happy to settle for this instead. So if you like Emporio Armani Pour Elle, then check out Next Define. Pretty sure I've talked about this on my blog, so I'll include the link below in the review on that. Next up, this is one that I reminded myself of this the other day because a girl sat next to me on the bus when I was on my way into work, and she was obviously wearing it, and it just reminded me of how much I loved it. So I decided to talk about this one as well. It's Essence by, I'm going to say this wrong, aren't I? It's Narciso Rodriguez. Ooh. But fragrance, it's an absolute gorgeous bottle. It's a bright silvery chrome coloured bottle, and this fragrance I love because it's actually quite masculine. It's part masculine, just part like a powdery, baby soft kind of scent, and it's really like this one. It's really, really good. If you like powdery scents, then I definitely recommend you check this one out. This probably, I think, is the most expensive perfume that I've got in the collection, which I think is about 50 odd quid a bottle, so I don't use it that often because I can't really afford to replace it, but I absolutely adore it. It's really distinctive as well. I can't smell anything else like this, and it's just really, really lovely. Next up, this is it's another one that isn't actually the proper bottle of it. It's a sample, but it's one that I'm going to put on my Christmas list. It's Estee Lauder's new perfume called Sensuous Nude. You can see that. Basically, they've got a whole range of fragrances under the nude category. And this is another one that it kind of reminds me of the Narciso Rodriguez one because it's quite powdery, like a sort of baby powder kind of smell. Not too florally or anything, so I'm not a huge fan of really, really floral scents usually. It's just quite fresh, and it lasts all day, which is another of the reasons I really like it. But basically, it's just a powdery, fresh scent, and I really like that one. So I told you I'm not a perfumer, so I'm just going to ramble about how much I like them all. Next up, there's two, which I would have to say are my two definite favourites. So I'm going to talk about them both kind of at the same time. I've got Chanel Chance and Daisy Oh So Fresh, and I absolutely adore both of these. First, Daisy, I've talked about this before on both my blog and on another video that I did, where because I've got that rollerball that you can get in Sephora in America. But from the first moment that I smelt this, I realised how much I really, really liked it. And it's one of those things that's never happened before, but literally I sprayed it on, I was completely in love, and went off to the shops, and somebody stopped me in, I think it was in Superdrug or something, and was like, oh my god, what perfume are you wearing? It smells amazing. Which doesn't happen ever. So that was just ultimate sign that it was just such a beautiful, beautiful smell. It is lighter and fresher than the original Daisy, which Daisy I didn't like originally, then tried it again after trying this one, and I have decided that I do like it now, but it is a much stronger scent than this. This one is just, it's kind of like the original Daisy, but with powdery added in. So there's a definite theme in the sort of powdery scents of my favourites, but this one I absolutely adore and will repurchase over and over. And another one that I will repurchase over and over is Chanel Chance Eau Fresh, which I just absolutely love it. And see, that's how close I am to being finished. Sad times. I've been hinting at the boyfriend for quite a while that I need to top up of this. He's not quite listening just yet. But again, another one. This is probably a little bit more florally than the rest of them, but it has got those sort of fresh citrusy tones to it. So I always recommend that if there's a fresh and a sort of normal version of a fragrance, to test them both out and see which one you prefer, because there could be quite a difference between them. And generally, for me, I tend to like the fresh versions of the fragrances, or the lighter, the ones that are a bit more citrusy and potentially a bit younger, I think. So yeah, this is another of my absolute all-time favourites that I love to bits. I absolutely love it. Love the other ones as well, but this and Daisy, it would have, or Daisy Fresh, has to be my absolute favourite fragrances. I'd love to know what your favourite fragrances are as well. So if you wanted to do a reply to this, or just comment below, I'd love to hear it. So let me know. But yes, absolute fragrances have to be these ones.